Hi, my name is Megan, and this is Everything Lit. And today is my reading vlog for the 100th book of the year, and I kind of spoiled it, but I put it to a vote for people who follow me, to vote on what my 100th book of the year will be, and The Very Secret Society of Irregular, which is won by quite a bit. So I will be reading this by Sangu Mandana and vlogging the experience, and I don't know what that really means. I'm just going to talk about the book and how I like it, and we'll have a good time. Very first update on my 100th book of the year. This will make it so that I'm hitting my Goodreads goal, and so anything after this is just bonus. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches won by Sangu Mandana, and I am a little surprised that this won because I feel like I've heard, well, maybe I'm not surprised that this won because I've heard so much about it and so many people have loved it. But I am very excited that I get to read it, and this is a nice break because I feel like I've been reading a lot of like heavier horror. I've been reading a lot about vampires. And the last romance I read was like very romance, and this is like, people are calling it more cozy fantasy than romance, but it is shelved in romance, I think. So I'm literally 8 pages into this. I started it at work today, and I already love the narrative voice. Oh my gosh, it's already just like so cheeky, just so like joking and like funny, but also it's telling me what I need to know, and it's giving me who this character is. I'm just so excited to read it. I'm gonna blast through this book, and I decided the bookmark I was gonna use was a Practical Magic bookmark, and it says, "I dream of a love that even time will lie down and be still for." And we've got Sandra Bullock. So, first update, very excited. Hi, it is Sunday, October 15th, and this is my 100th book vlog. I'm kind of vlogging 2 things at the same time, but this is for my 100th book vlog. If I look a mess, it's because I went swimming yesterday and haven't like showered or done my hair, but I just wanted to check in. First of all, I'm like 80 pages into A Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. What a title, tongue twister. And I'm loving it. The narrative voice is so fun and cute. The like magic is so far well explained, but also kind of like still magic. And it's just so cozy. It's so cozy and cute. And I am about to get on Goodreads and see if this author has another book coming out, because I need it. The other thing is that I stopped by the Best Barnes & Noble because it was only a couple minutes away from the hotel we were staying at, and I bought way too many books because they had some really good sales. But the reason I am like so hype right now, and I'm like, so I had a pumpkin spice cold brew, which I still have half left, but Dan and Phil Games is back. Like, I just watched the trailer like before I started recording, and I kind of want to cry. I'm so excited. I was there. I was there back in the day when they started that channel. That just made my whole day. October is the best month. 2 birthdays to celebrate, Halloween, spooky season, witches. Taylor Swift this year it's Swiftober. And I was listening to 1989, not Taylor's version because it's not out yet, but I know all the words to those songs still. I'm so excited. But let's talk about books, because I went a little ham, got a lot of books. So let's quickly talk about them. I bought Al Dente's Inferno because I was looking at their cozy section, and this takes place in Tuscany. It's by Stephanie Cole, is the first in a new cozy series. And the one that caught my eye, like the third one caught my eye, the title of it. And then I got on Goodreads and was like, okay, what's the first one? And they had it because this is the best stocked Barnes & Noble. I grabbed Hester by Lori Lico Albanese, and this is kind of a prequel retelling to The Scarlet Letter. I think it involves Nathaniel Hawthorne, a woman he like did have an affair with, and then made her the muse of The Scarlet Letter. I clicked want to read on Goodreads, so like I knew about it, that's why it looked familiar, but I didn't know it had come out in paperback yet. I grabbed Untamed Shore by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This is a reprint of one of her early books, but it was part of the buy one get one 50% off. I have no idea what it's about, but one of the blurbs says The Great Gatsby meets The Night of the Iguana, and it says sharks may be dangerous, but there are worse predators nearby. Okay. Does it have sharks in it? I mean, there are sharks on the cover. You see those sharkies? I don't know. I'm just slowly collecting all of her backlist. I picked up New Adult by Timothy Janowski because I have the first in this series, Never Been Kissed, and I read the second one. I didn't know they were kind of connected romances, called You're a Mean One, Matthew Prince. And now this is the newest one. It's called New Adult. They had such good buy one get one 50% off sales. Okay, and then I kind of made a mistake, but not really, but like I bought another Tessa Bailey. Okay, I'm trash. It was buy one get one 50% off. This is called Wreck the Halls, and it's about the daughter of like a famous singer trying to get her mom's band back together. Just, it sounds so like madcap. So like the bottom paragraph is like, while dealing with rock star shenanigans, a 24-hour film crew, brawling Santas, and mobs of adoring fans, Mel, our main character, starts to step out of her comfort zone. With Beat, the man, by her side, cheering her on, she's never felt so understood. And it's like a Christmassy romance. Okay, I'm just trash. I already had 2 Tessa Baileys, and I was like, then I think I'm done, and now I bought another one. What am I doing? I think maybe the thing with Tessa Bailey is that her writing is getting better, and so I can't go to her backlist. I can't go backwards. I just need to go forwards with her. But we'll see. I actually think I might have 3 Tessa Baileys on my shelf. What am I doing? I picked up Sherlock Holmes and Count Dracula because, as you'll know, and this is by Christian Claver. As you'll know, by the time I post this, actually you might not by the time I post this, I don't know. I just read Dracula and it was fantastic. And then I saw this, and I love Sherlock Holmes, and I usually read like a Sherlock Holmes book in like November, December, and I don't have one this year picked out yet. So might as well mash them up, right? I don't know. It's blurbed by James Lovegrove, who I really like his Sherlock Holmes retellings, so I bought it because I'm garbage. I picked up Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. This was a buy one get one 50% off, and I've heard good things about it. It's a romance about these 2 famous people who kind of like have this really torrid relationship. They get together and then they break up, and they sleep with other people, and then they get together and then they break up, and I've just heard everyone online talking really good things about it. I don't love this new cover, but you know. And then I did a thing that I may regret. Oh, it's a little damaged. I have given in. I am not immune to the hype, okay? I can't stress that enough. I am not immune to hype. I bought an Allie Hazelwood. I said that I would never read Allie Hazelwood. Actually, I don't know if I've said that, but I thought it a lot. But I did it. Love on the Brain. I bought this one because I've heard the most good things about this one. Can I explain why I did this? A little bit. It was buy one get one 50% off, and I wanted Magnolia Parks, and I couldn't find a different book that I wanted, so I got an Allie Hazelwood. When will I read it? I don't know. What have I done? A Tessa Bailey and an Allie Hazelwood? Who am I? And then the last book I picked up, so I was looking at, I don't think I took a video of it. I was looking at the like Dove Pond series, the Book Charmer. I read it a couple months ago, and it's the first in a series, and I was like, oh, I could buy the other 2 books, and they had both of them, book 2 and 3, but my library also has them and has them on audio, and I really like the audiobook of the first one, so I did not buy those. But while I was over there, I found Never Whistle at Night, which is a Indigenous dark fiction anthology, edited by Shane Hawk and Theodore C. Van Alst Jr. And the reason I picked this up, it's a new release, but I have a friend from grad school who's published in this. How cool is that? And it's got stories by Darcy Littlebadger and Rebecca Roanhorse, which I liked. I've read all of Darcy Littlebadger's full novels, and I really liked Rebecca Roanhorse's short story in the Vampire collection. So it's got a bunch of great authors. I'm super excited to read my friend's short story and, support Indigenous authors. It sounds amazing. That was my little shopping trip. I had a great weekend, and now I'm gonna go kiss my cats on their little foreheads and then take a shower because I still smell like pool water. Not that you needed to know that, but I told you anyway. So I will, check in with you when I have read more of this book. So I feel like I haven't really talked about the book that I'm reading for this 100th book vlog. And of course, Vino's here. He has missed me. I've been away, I say, as he struggles to jump away. He doesn't like being picked up, but if you hear some banging or rattling, it's because he is having a grand old time. So let's talk a little bit about the characters in this, because I'm really enjoying it so far. I am 116 pages in, chapter 11, and we have our main character, Mika Moon, and she has had a very lonely childhood. In this world, witches are orphaned soon after they're born, so all witches get orphaned, and Mika was found by Primrose, who is one of the oldest witches she knows. She's the head of this secret society of witches that meets every 3 months, because in this world, magic, when multiple witches are together and there's a lot of magic in one place, it gains attention, and that can be dangerous to witches. So Mika was found by Primrose and raised in a house with a revolving door of nannies, because as soon as they got wind of something weird, they'd be replaced. So she's had a very lonely life. And then she is invited to tutor these 3 young witches. It is kind of dangerous for the family and for her. These 3 witches, they're not actually related, but they have been raised as sisters because they were all found by the same witch. Her name is Lillian, but she is absent. She is an archaeologist. Vino, don't scratch on that right now. And so she's away from home, but she has wards protecting the house where these 3 girls are being raised. So we have Rosetta, the oldest, Terracotta, the middle, and Altamira, the youngest. So they're in range from 14 to 7, in that range. So those are the 3 girls that Mika is now tutoring in how to control their magic, because Lillian's solicitor, Edward, is coming by to pick up some papers for her near Christmas. So that's kind of the stakes, is he's very much a stuffed shirt, the kind of person who would do something nasty or say something nasty if he finds out these people are witches. So then these 3 girls, they have been living with Lucy, a housekeeper, but she lives there. So also they all are raising these girls together. So we have Lucy, we have Ian, who is the one who invited Mika, found Mika. He can kind of see magic, even though he's not a witch. And he was a stage actor, so he's very over the top and dramatic and interested. And then we have Ken, who is his husband, who is much more steadfast. I believe Ken is a gardener or deals with the garden, so they kind of take care of the grounds together. They're hired by Lillian. And then there is Jamie, who is in his late 30s, early 40s maybe. I think it's late 30s. And he is the librarian. So this house has a library that loans books out to academics and such. Jamie is the one who seems to have been the most parentish of all, and he has raised these 3 girls. He's very protective of them, and he is a very grumpy man. He is Scowly McScowlerson, and Mika is a very sunshiny, so we've got this grumpy sunshine dynamic. And this takes place in England, and they are by the sea, and the setting is just very sweet and cozy. We have a garden, we have all this magic nearby, which helps the plants. You know, witches in this universe are very connected to nature. And it's just such a cozy atmosphere. And then the narrative voice is so funny and quippy. It'll say something and then in parentheses it'll be like, but not that often, or just jives with my sense of humor. I am loving it. I don't know what else to say. I think that the stakes are appropriately high, but not to the point where I'm afraid something terrible is going to happen. But one of the interesting things I was thinking about is that books that are often like have that cozy, warm feeling often have like the saddest backstories, you know? Like the world building in here is very sad. Like, okay, so if you're a witch and you have a baby and your child ends up being a witch, like your days are numbered. And then like you can't have a lot of witchy friends and you're always hiding a part of yourself if you're a witch. So I am excited for this found family dynamic to expand and include Mika and to have her, I don't know, join this family and join their dynamic. Ian and Ken have like said some mysterious things about, oh, everyone has secrets here. So I am wondering if not only Jamie, but Ian if they have more going on, if they know more than they're letting on about certain things. I think that a good comparison for this is TJ Klune. Not only his writing style with that like kind of funny, inviting narrative voice, but the found family aspect and children. So like if you like The House in the Cerulean Sea, I think this is a fair comparison to that. But we'll see how happily it ends before we make that comparison, am I right? But there is just something about the voice of this book that is inviting. It's cozy, it's saying, hey, I'm telling you a little secret. And I just love it. Okay, I am on page 176, and I think we've hit, in writer's terms, in plotting terms, the midpoint change, where something has just happened that was a pretty big deal that furthers the plot, and I then think we're moving into bad guys closing in, where the stakes get a little higher, where some more plot things start happening. And it's really interesting. There is a romance in here, or I'm assuming there is, because it's being built up very slowly. So it's a nice slow burn, and I would love to just keep reading this. Like, I've been reading for like an hour, which my attention span has not been good in a while, but especially in the past couple months. But I could just keep reading this for another hour. But it's like 11 at night, and I have to teach in the morning, so I have to be like cognizant and awake and ready to deal with people and questions. So I can't stay up until like 1 or 2 and finish this book tonight. I'm over halfway through, so hopefully I'll finish it maybe Tuesday, and that would be great because I have an audiobook that I need to finish so that it will get returned on time and I will have finished it. But I need to finish this first so it can be my 100th book. And then I can finish Vampires of El Norte, and it's just a dominoes waiting to fall. I gotta finish this first. And I want to, but I don't want to because it's so lovely. I am loving this so much. Oh, look, we're both blue. And it is so sweet. The stakes are getting a little higher. I'm 210 pages in. I've got 100 pages left. I would really like to finish it tonight. It is Tuesday, October 17th, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I just don't have probably the hour and a half to dedicate to this. But the stakes are getting higher. We're learning more about our main character, Mika. We're learning about the history of witches in this world, and I'm just loving this. I'm absolutely having a great time. And speaking of like cozy fantasy, whatever, TJ Klune, I didn't know this was announced. There's going to be a sequel to The House in the Cerulean Sea. I'll put the cover on screen. It's already been revealed. I discovered this today and was so excited, and I couldn't wait to share that. So cozy fantasy is taking over. So we've just had a big reveal that I somehow didn't expect. It makes sense, but I did not see it coming, and I am loving, like, it's still cozy, and I think that has to do with the writing, because the thing that was revealed is like kind of rough, but it's still just like so warm and cozy and comfy, and the stakes are so high, and I just want them to be happy. I just want it to turn out well, and I'm thinking it does. So I've got like 45 pages left, and I just want to finish it tonight, but I also want to sleep, and I don't know. Should I just stay up and finish it? Book number 100. Just do it. Just finish it. It's like 12:10 right now. Now I have to be up around 7:45. And if I finish it, it's probably going to take another half an hour. I might do it. I'll check in with you and let you know. Either this clip will be, I'll check in tomorrow, or I'm about to finish this. I have slumped down in the bed because I stayed up and I finished it. Oh my gosh. It's so sweet. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to read other things in this universe. Ugh. I'm gonna cry. The ending was perfection. I think this has to be a 5-star, right? It's a 5-star. 100th book of the year. 5 stars. Let's go. I'm so overwhelmed. I just didn't want it to end. I wanted to keep reading about them. So it's great. I'll have more thoughts in the morning, but I did stay up. It's like 1 o'clock now, and I need to go to bed. So deuces. Talk to you talk to you tomorrow. Hello, I'm here to close out this video. I feel like it's gonna be kind of short because what thoughts do I have other than this was so wonderfully cozy. The stakes did get high, but let's talk about the ending a little, because last night I really was just like so tired, but the ending comes together so perfectly with what we learn throughout the story. And gosh, the romance is a slow burn, but it is so worth it, because sometimes with romances, especially when they like have sex first. Yeah, Vino? What? Are you gonna try to come up here? Especially when like they have sex first and then the connection is made. Something like this where they have a connection and a relationship outside of a romantic one and then slowly like just fall in love. Like that is one of the things I adore reading about. So the romance in here really did it for me, but more than that, it's like the relationships. I was rooting for our main character from like page 5 because she was so endearing and so funny. This is all about like finding people who, make you feel worth something, and everyone has worth even if other people don't see it, and hiding who you truly are and how hard that can be. Just absolutely phenomenal. I loved this book, and I'm so glad that this won, because I feel like a lot of the other books on my list were more heavy, more horror, and I needed this break. What do you say? It was fantastic. I gave it 5 stars. I already have added
The Magical Guide to Innkeeping, or whatever the second one is. Maybe I'll put it on the screen. I've already added that to my wish list because at barnesandnoble.com I have like a pre-order wish list, and when pre-orders go on sale, the next sale will probably be beginning of December or beginning of January. I'll pre-order that so it comes right away. I will say though, this has witches in it, but it kind of takes place over the winter season, so not exactly spooky season, but I'll take it. Having it set by the sea in this big old house, and like the twists are kind of, I mean, I guess they're not twists, but like it does get high stakes, it does get a little dark, but somehow it is still just so happy and cozy. It was everything. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, if you want to see more from me, you could subscribe, you could hit that like button, but really, you can do whatever you want. And I'll see you next time.